You know that feeling, right, when you get a big idea and you're just buzzing with excitement? You're convinced it's a game changer. But then comes that scary part, finding out if anyone else actually thinks so. Getting truly honest feedback is, without a doubt, one of the hardest parts of creating something new. So today, we're going to break down exactly how to get it right.
So, you have that light bulb moment, the idea that you just know is going to change everything. You're fired up, you're ready to go, and what's the first thing you want to do? You run out and start asking people what they think.
And right there, that's where it all starts to go sideways. You ask a simple question, hoping for the truth, and what you get is this wave of enthusiastic support. Now, don't get me wrong, it feels great, but it's also incredibly misleading.
And that brings us right to the founder's biggest, most common trap, the polite lie. Look, people, especially the people who care about you, they see your passion, and they want to be supportive. The absolute last thing they want to do is crush your spirit, so they tell you what they think you want to hear.
This quote really just nails it, doesn't it? No one wants to be the one to tell you that your baby is ugly. And that's exactly what your idea feels like. It's your baby. So instead of pointing out potential problems, people just give you these vague compliments.
And here's the bottom line. Acting on that kind of polite but totally false feedback is so dangerous. It can cause you to sink months, maybe even years, and a ton of money into building something that nobody will ever actually use. So, how do you break out of this trap? How do you get to the real, unvarnished truth? Well, there's a really simple but incredibly powerful framework for this. It's called the MOM test, and it's designed to cut right through all that noise.
So, what is the MOM test? It's basically a way to frame your conversations so you can bypass all that politeness and social pressure. Now, the name is a little bit of a joke. It's not actually about testing your mom. It's about designing your questions so skillfully that even your mom, the person who loves you most in the world, can't help but give you the facts.
I absolutely love this quote because it's such a perfect metaphor. The truth is down there. But you can't just go in with a sledgehammer, asking direct questions. You have to be careful. You need a methodical approach to gently unearth it without shattering it.
Okay, so what is this methodical approach? How does it actually work? Well, it all boils down to 3 simple golden rules.
That's it, just 3. If you can master these, I promise you will fundamentally change the quality of every single conversation you have about your new idea.
Okay, rule number 1. Stop talking about your idea. Seriously. Instead, you need to be talking about their life, their problems. Rule number 2, ask about specific things they've done in the past, not what they might do in the future. People are terrible fortune tellers. And rule number 3, and this is probably the hardest one, you have to listen more and talk less. The more you're pitching, the less you're learning.
All right, let's get practical. How do these rules actually change the questions you ask? As you're about to see, the difference is, well, it's night and day.
Just look at the difference here. On the left, you have these vague, opinion-based questions, but on the right, these are questions about facts. You're not asking for their opinion on your idea, you're asking for concrete details about their life. You're not asking them to predict the future, you're asking them to be a historian of their own past. That's where the good data is.
Okay, this question right here, this is a secret weapon. It's an absolute game changer. Why? Because if they haven't actively tried to solve this problem already, even with some clumsy homemade solution, then it's probably not a big enough pain for them to ever pay you to solve it. Their past actions tell you everything.
And here's another fantastic one. When someone is telling you about some problem they have, just asking, "Why do you bother?" It cuts straight to their core motivation. It helps you understand the deep why behind what they do, which is always more valuable than just knowing what they do.
So we've talked about the tactics, the specific questions to ask, but really using the MOM test effectively is deeper than that. It actually requires a fundamental shift in your entire mindset.
You have to stop looking for validation. You have to start being a detective, looking for the cold, hard facts, even when they're uncomfortable. Your ego wants compliments, for sure, but your business needs facts to survive. And remember, bad news early on isn't failure. It's a gift that saves you from a much bigger failure down the road.
This means you have to get really good at spotting bad data. You need to learn to gracefully ignore 3 things. First, compliments. They feel nice, but they're useless. Second, fluff. Anything about what they would do or might do is pure fantasy. And third, random ideas and feature requests. Don't just write them down, dig deeper to find the problem that made them suggested in the first place.
At the end of the day, that's what this is all about. The mom test is an exercise in de-risking your idea. It's about separating your ego from the equation and using conversations to find out what's real as quickly and as cheaply as you possibly can. It's about learning, not selling.
And that leaves us with this one final thought. When you go into these conversations, what are you really searching for? Are you just hoping someone will tell you that you're brilliant, or are you brave enough to find out if you're wrong? The answer to that question could be the difference between success and failure.